Thank you for joining us today. My name is Reed, and I'm joined always by
Elle.
So this is Voice Podcast, which is designed for you and gives you an inside look on all things being a student at St. Lawrence College entails. If you hear something you like or you have a topic idea, guest suggestion, or anything else that relates to this podcast, please let us know by calling our extension 1677. Like us, leave a comment, and follow us on Instagram, YouTube, Spotify, Apple Podcast, Google Podcast, and SoundCloud. Today we're going to be talking to Hector and Lauren about their businesses. We'll be asking them all sorts of stuff about how to start a business and sort of just everything about why they started their business.
Yeah, they're both very creative businesses. They're both students at St. Lawrence College, so I'm really excited for this one.
So stay tuned.
We're here with Lauren. Hi, Lauren.
Hi.
How are you doing today?
Good. How are you guys?
Good. So why don't you tell us a little bit about you and what you do here at St. Lawrence?
Sure. Okay, so like I said, my name, well, I didn't say that. Look at this. I'm
said
doing
that.
good.
You're doing great.
Great start. Great start.
Yeah. So I am in the BBA program. So this is my third year, but I transferred from Brockville. So I've done 2 years just as a diploma, and now I'm going to do some more education. I am running a business. I've been running it since July 2019, just this year. Yeah, not too long, but it's been going really good. My hobby is knitting.
Oh my God, can you teach me? I want to learn.
Yeah, I love it. I just got into it, so it's a lot of fun. It's cool to make gifts.
What made you want to get into knitting?
I watch a lot of YouTube videos.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Cool.
Is that how you learned?
Yeah, it's actually
Okay.
really, really easy. And like crocheting is kind of the same thing too, and it's just, it sounds super lame, but
No, it sounds awesome.
Yeah.
It's so
Yeah, that's
fun.
very cool.
It's so
And
fun.
what got you into the business, your entrepreneurial business?
Well, actually, there was like a student grant that was available through the government, and I was working at a place already, and I was kind of like on the fence if I wanted to stay for the summer or do something else. And this came up, and I was just like, oh my gosh, I need to take this now, because if I don't, then I'm never going to have the opportunity again. So I took that opportunity and I started something that I was passionate about. I really enjoy journaling. I find it extremely therapeutic, and I've always made lists, so it kind of goes in hand.
Very cool.
And it's a social enterprise, which means that like a portion of every sale is donated to charity of the person's choice. So I have a list of 6. Yeah, so you can choose like what you put on your journal and then where it will go to help in the community. And the reason I chose to do that was because the place that I was working for was also a social enterprise, and they donated a lot of money, and I saw that it made such a difference in the community and just in Canada as well. So I really wanted to continue that.
Okay, that's
Very
really
nice.
cool.
Very nice.
Yeah.
So this grant that you
Yes.
talk about for other young entrepreneurs out there. So how did you find that? Is it still available? Like, does it come up
Absolutely.
all the time?
Yeah, no, it's every year. There's one in Kingston. I cannot remember what it was, but maybe you know. It was through the Small Business Enterprise Center in Leeds and Grenville, and it's called Summer Company. So I'm sure if you just Google Summer Company, it'll come up.
Okay.
Basically, you get a $3,000 grant from the government that you don't have to pay back, obviously. And the first $1,500 is put towards buying supplies or setting yourself up for your business, buying insurance, all that kind of stuff. And then once you complete the program, you get the additional 15 to continue your business.
Oh, cool.
Wow.
Yeah. I mean, the best part that happened for me was the mentors that I got, because there's a bunch of leaders in Brockville and in Kingston too that have a lot of experience in what you want to do as your business, whether it's teaching a swim team or starting journals or doing
Could be
a tech
anything,
company.
really, yeah.
Absolutely. There's somebody out there who knows or who has been through what you're going through, and they can provide a lot of help. So that was definitely the most valuable piece. So
Awesome.
yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it's crazy how important networking is for anyone, like in any field too. You can go out there and meet all kinds of different people, and you never know. Like
It's so much about connections, and in a way you could say it's all about who you know, right?
Yeah.
But I mean, it's just so important to just go out there and just meet people and just
Always.
make those connections.
Always. And you know what? We even met the MPP a couple times.
Oh, cool.
And
Wow.
like these huge people in our community just came by and we did breakfasts every 2 weeks. So you would have to check in with the people running the program, and then you'd also get to meet everybody else doing the program with you. So there was about 9 students who were doing this. They all had different companies, and we just kind of helped each other motivate to keep going, or provide some kind of insight or give like an outside perspective. So that was really valuable too.
That's really cool.
Nice.
Yeah.
So what brought you to St. Lawrence specifically?
Well, honestly, I lived in Brockville.
Okay.
And I was just like, I'm working, but I don't feel like I'm doing enough. Like, I feel like I have so much potential and I need to do something more. So I was working at Tim Hortons overnights, and I was a supervisor, and I was like, I really, really like this. I like managing people, so maybe I should go into school for business. And because St. Lawrence College was near my hometown, I was like, you know what, that'll be perfect. I'll just do it. It's 2 years, so it's not a huge commitment,
Right.
but I ended up falling in love with it. And it was just phenomenal, the experience that I got out of it. So I was like, you know what, let's continue. Let's do the BBA program.
What do you think was it about that really, like, it felt like home? Was it just pretty much everything? Is it not one thing to describe?
It was perfect. Like, it really was. Like, it felt like so much was happening. I mean, in the first year, I was such a shy person. Like, I would not talk to anybody. Like, I would never be doing this or running my own company. But like, as I was going through my second year, I became the vice president of finance for student government.
Oh, wow.
And
Shout out.
yes. that just like instantly boosted my self-confidence, because like so many people were encouraging me and believed in me and they chose me. So that really helped push me forward. And because of that, I did a lot more community involvement and I organized a lot of stuff. So it just kind of developed my self-esteem a little bit. And then I became valedictorian, and I was like,
wow.
yeah,
Look at you.
it's like, can you imagine like being so shy at the beginning to becoming valedictorian at the end?
Yeah.
Like,
That's amazing.
Just
That's
comes full
huge.
circle. Like,
That's huge
wow.
growth.
Yeah.
And I look back at it and I'm like, wow,
Yeah.
that was cool.
I feel like St. Lawrence College has that effect.
Definitely.
Like I have
Absolutely.
sort of a similar story, like a little bit different. I'm more just like wasn't involved in high school, thought I was going to be a bartender for the rest of my life, and then just something clicked and I was like, I'm going to go to school, and just decided to involve myself in literally anything I could. And it's crazy how much it changes you as a person.
Well, and even if you're not that person that necessarily becomes the valedictorian or becomes the president or anything, it's still like it's about a full circle of just being comfortable, right? Like you're just sort of involved in the school, no matter how you see that.
Yeah, it's finding who you
throughout.
are almost, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Holding more into yourself, whatever that looks like.
Yeah.
It's definitely more valuable. Like, I got so much more out of my education by being involved with the school. And because I learned that in Brockville, I've applied that in other areas of my life. And I feel like I'm just such an outgoing person now. Like, I used to think that I was an introvert, and I was like, no, man, I'm an extrovert. I love people. So it's just amazing. And every time I speak to someone, I'm like, you need to go to St. Lawrence College. Like, if you're thinking of continuing your education, like, go to SLC, because you're going to love the people, you're going to love what you're taking, and there's endless opportunities. So
Yeah.
yeah.
Is there sort of like a hidden gem of the school, or what sort of, maybe to rephrase that, what's your favorite part about St. Lawrence?
I hesitate about this one.
Shout it out. Shout it out.
I love this place so much because it's so quiet, and it's like not a lot of people know about it yet, and it's beautiful, it's new, and it's called the Muse.
Yes.
The Muse
It's
Center.
Muse. It's the Muse Lounge, so it's our
Lounge.
quiet study space in the Student Association.
Right.
Beautiful.
That just launched in September.
Oh.
So I'm glad that you love it, because
Yeah.
it's gotten mixed
Yes.
feelings about it.
Interesting.
But we're actually renovating in like December, January-ish time.
What?
Yeah, so then it'll be more like a quiet study space. Like
Quick
yeah.
renovation, or is it going to go on for forever, like
Well,
a lot of renovations?
The plan as of now is to do it over the break.
Right, okay.
So no students will be here. Obviously, we would have to do it at a time when no students are here, and
Right.
it's supposed to be quick.
Good. Yeah, no, I just discovered it like 2 weeks ago. And I was just like, oh my gosh, where has this been my entire life? Like,
Nice.
it's just
That's
perfect.
good.
Yeah.
Perfect.
Yay.
Yeah,
So
so thank
glad.
you.
Very cool.
Yeah.
If you were to, I guess, give yourself a piece of advice when if someone were to give you advice when you first started here, what would that be?
Get involved.
Yeah.
Yay.
Nice.
Yes.
Nice.
Definitely.
That's sort of a recurring theme when we ask that question, for sure.
Yeah, because it's so much better. Like, I don't know, or even just don't be afraid to do something that you are passionate about. Because I was really scared to do something that I wanted because I wasn't sure what other people would think. And I've come to realize people people are proud of you if you
Yeah.
do something that you like.
Absolutely.
So
For sure.
yeah, get out there,
Yay.
do stuff.
Awesome.
Wonderful.
So I see you brought some of your books.
I did.
I've seen them before, and they're gorgeous.
Thank you.
So what's the what's your artistic process when you're making a journal? Is it you, or is it more just like what people request?
Honestly, I do a mix. So
Okay.
I always have some on display that I think are pretty, or quotes that I really like this one is, be somebody who makes everybody feel like a somebody. I thought that was like
I
really
love that.
awesome, and it could resonate with a lot of people. So I have some on display, but the whole business is to do custom journals. So if someone comes up to me and says, oh, I want a quote from this poet, or I want SLC class of 2022. Wow, that's really
2022.
then I put it on, or I have some on display, but people ask me to
Okay.
do stuff
Awesome. And where can people find you?
everywhere.
Oh.
Not really.
Oh.
It's just an easy answer. I'm on Facebook. That's where I started, because I didn't want to spend too much money on building a website, just because I
Yeah.
was starting up. So I have a Facebook page. It's called We Do More Journals. And I have an Instagram page, thanks to you,
Yay.
that I kind of started, and I'm not 100% confident with yet, but I'm working on it.
We'll get there.
Yep. Also, We Do More Journals. And I'm at a lot of events. So because I built my business in Brockville, I'm kind of starting in Kingston a little bit slower, just to kind of get my name out there. So I'm doing the Kingston Holiday Market. Anybody heard of
Oh,
Oh,
nice.
yes.
Yeah,
That's so
yeah.
good.
I'm super excited. I'm doing it this weekend, November 1st, but
Yeah.
And
I'm
so
also doing it
just
the
so
22nd.
for my sake and for everyone else's sake,
Yeah.
who puts that on, the holiday market?
You know what? I don't know.
Oh, fair enough.
I think it's
They help
City.
the food
Yeah,
bank.
probably.
the City of
yeah.
Kingston. I'm pretty sure it's
Yeah.
City of Kingston. They do it at Springer Market Square, right?
No, they're doing it inside.
Oh, they're doing it inside.
Yeah, at 145 Princess Street.
Oh.
They do an internal or inside market, so everybody is lined in to this building.
Oh, so it's like an empty storefront that they use.
Yeah, storefront.
So
exactly
that's
what
it's
it is.
either
cool.
the City of Kingston or downtown Kingston.
Yeah.
But yeah,
It's one of the two.
One of the two.
But
yeah.
they're also raising money for the Kingston Food Bank, which is awesome.
Oh wow,
That's great.
Wow.
Because that's what I'm all about. So I was really aligned with their mission and vision. So I'm excited to do it. I'll be there November 22nd, and it's a Friday, Saturday, Sunday. So
Yeah.
Friday,
Oh, wow.
Friday night,
Cool.
Saturday from 11 to 5, and then Sunday 11 to 3, I think.
So it's a big party there all weekend.
Oh yeah. Oh, I'm really excited to see what else is there. That's what I love about doing these events. Is
Right.
Yeah.
There's so many creative people. It's awesome to see and to make all these connections. It's a great way to meet people in a new city too.
Yeah, build
so.
such a community.
Yeah.
For sure.
Well, I think what you're doing is very cool. I mean, a lot of people talk about how they can't find that journal that really
Right?
speaks to them,
Speaks
right?
to
That
them.
fits to them, and I think
Yeah.
that's. I mean, if you're doing that and you're making requests for people, you don't hear that a lot, right? So
Exactly.
I think that's fantastic.
Exactly. I like to put I started off just wanting to put their names on it, because I would have loved to have a journal
With
as a
your
kid
name?
with my name on it. That would have been so cool.
For sure.
So that's kind of what sparked it. And you know what? At first, I was just going to do just a this journal does more, meaning that it's also donating to charity, and I would have them printed. But then I realized hey, I can kind of draw.
Right.
Let's just do everybody gets whatever they want. So yeah.
I'm crying.
You okay?
So beautiful.
And so where do you find the actual book itself?
That's a secret.
Sorry,
No,
a magician never reveals their secrets. I see.
Well, I get them from all different places, right? So, and that's kind of the cool thing about these books too, is that there's different styles of paper. So a lot of people like
that's
these
nice.
grid.
Mm-hmm.
I honestly like the blank page, because I love the freedom, right? And I'm one of those people who can write straight, so why not? Are you okay?
Yeah, but
Elle's having a bit of an
I had,
episode
like,
right now,
a
so we'll just
tickle
let
in
her
my
do her
throat.
thing. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
it's making me cry.
Drink some water.
It's just so beautiful.
But these are my favorite, the dotted journals.
Oh, interesting.
Cool.
People love dotted journals. And I mean, I've been just kind of doing journal challenging
love
and
that.
Yeah.
planning my wedding.
I mean, for myself, I just really like the regular lines, I guess, just
Yeah,
the
yeah, I have
regular.
those too.
Yeah, oh yeah. Good.
He's basic.
Yeah, I'm
Likes the
very
regular
basic. Yeah,
lines.
yeah, that's me.
But the dot journals are really fun. They're really popular right now, so I like to have them on display.
Yeah, I really like those.
Yeah, it's fun. It's very artistic.
Very nice.
Yeah.
Awesome.
I can share one more piece of information.
Yeah, please,
Okay.
please, yeah.
It's not to do with the business, but it's to do with SLC. So I met my fiance at SLC, like on orientation day.
Wow.
I was the orientation leader, and he was in like first year business. So it was really cute. We just hung out all day, and then somehow we started dating. And so we're engaged, and we're planning our wedding right now, and we're trying to find a place to do like our pre-wedding celebration, which is kind of like a stag and doe, but like I don't like that name, so I'm calling it a pre-wedding celebration.
Oh, very nice.
And we're doing it here at SLC.
Oh,
Yay!
very cool. Very cool. Where in SLC?
In the large event center.
Oh, okay, nice.
Yeah.
nice.
That's beautiful.
Yeah.
Oh, it'll be
That'll be
so
really
nice.
nice.
And I think it's so cute that, like, because we love SLC so much, like, it's just incorporated into all of our lives,
sure.
right?
Yeah. Well, that is the greatest plug you could probably put on a podcast. And
There you
it's-
go.
and- and can we come?
Can we come? Sure. I want to come.
Sure. There's going to be lots of
Got the
games,
invite.
chips,
Yay.
drinks.
Amazing.
And they'll have their patio done, too. I'm so excited.
Oh, the patio's really nice.
Yeah, they're going to have
Mm-hmm.
furniture and, like, little fireplaces, maybe. And I was like, oh, this is going to be perfect.
Very cool.
Perfect. Everyone's invited.
Yeah, everyone.
Go spend
It's a
your
huge
money.
party.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much for coming. And I actually want to put in a request
Sure.
when we're
Yeah.
done with this.
Yeah,
little-
that'd be
Amazing.
great.
little
Yeah.
thing.
And so just another reminder, where can people find you, I guess, on Instagram?
Instagram,
and-
Facebook, events, or in the halls, maybe.
Yeah.
I like to say hi to people in Tim Hortons lines because I'm just that type of person. It's like, hey, how's it going? These lines are long, eh?
Very cool.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Thank you, Lauren.
You're welcome.
Thanks so much.
Thanks for having me, guys.
And we're joined here by Hector. How's it going, Hector?
Hector.
Good. How are you guys?
Not too bad, not too bad. So why don't you tell us a little bit about yourself and what you do here at the school?
I'm studying graphic design here at St. Lawrence. I've been doing this thing, like custom hoodies, custom shirts, custom clothing, and I've been doing that for 3 years now. So I feel like it
Awesome.
was kind of the good thing to do, like
Yeah.
joining the graphic design team here at St. Lawrence, and it's amazing. I like the people, they're really nice and really inspiring. Also, I feel like I'm really improving. Like this 7 weeks, I think.
Oh, wow. Wow.
yeah,
So you're in your first year then?
Yeah. For
Oh,
sure.
very nice. Very nice.
Yeah.
Very cool. So what brought you to St. Lawrence specifically?
So I've been here living in Kingston for 7 years. I went to Holy Cross. So the people from here, St. Lawrence, always go there to Holy Cross, to introduce the programs, talk about the stuff here. I really liked it. It's really convincing, really nice. The facility here, it's amazing. Like the
Awesome.
the pool
Absolutely.
tables and
Yeah.
everything.
I've lived here 7 years too. 7 years on Thursday.
Oh, wow.
Halloween was my first day in Kingston, first day of school. I went to Frontenac.
Right.
Fun stuff.
Yeah.
Didn't dress up.
No, yeah, I remember
which
that.
was good. Yeah.
Yeah. I had a friend that once dressed as a mariachi in a contest for the school, and it was funny.
That's awesome.
Very cool. So what's your favorite spot about St. Lawrence?
My favorite spot.
Or a room or or a place or people, or what's your favorite part about it?
My favorite part, totally the computers. That's where I
Nice.
do most of my work. That's where I live here. That's where I spend most of my time.
You live in the Mac lab?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was gonna say
Yeah.
Apple.
Yeah.
It's the Apple computers.
Yeah. No, and also with friends, they just make it fun, laughing all day.
Nice.
Just,
That's good.
But it's about random stuff. It's really good.
Nice.
Time with
Very
them.
cool.
Yeah.
So I know that you're in your first year,
Mhm.
but if you could go back to your first day, I know it's so far away, what piece of advice would you give to yourself?
I think just don't be afraid to join clubs or do things like this. Like they're gonna help you improve, and at the end, it's just gonna make you a better professional or a better student at the end.
Awesome. That's a really
Very
good
cool.
piece of advice.
That's the best piece
Yeah.
of advice, I'd say.
It's really awesome that you know that so soon, too. Right?
Yeah.
Like, it's only been 7 weeks and you're already ahead of the game.
You're wise beyond your years, Hector.
Yeah.
St. Lawrence magic.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So true.
Do you have a crazy funny story at all, maybe about the school or?
No, not really. Just Oh, not really. Just
Fair enough.
the craziest thing is that I have one class that every Wednesday it ends at 9:30, and if we have to stay like to do extra work, then we leave like at 10 or 11 even.
Right.
Some
Oh, at
friends.
night?
Yeah, at night.
Oh wow.
That would kill me.
Oh yeah, no.
And then
I don't like leaving my class at 7:30. Like I'm like this is too late.
and the worst thing about it is that I live like close to Napanee.
Oh,
So like
so
it's
you
a
go far.
40-minute drive home. So,
Wow. And
So-
yeah.
and you get a ride with
No, I fortunately I have a car. So
Oh, okay.
That's
good.
Good,
I
good,
drive.
good.
Do you have an early class on Thursdays?
Thursdays? No, I think it's 11:30. So
Okay,
even
So at
so-
least you can sleep
Yeah.
in
Yeah.
a little bit.
A little bit,
A little
yeah.
bit.
Yeah, for
Very
sure.
cool.
Awesome. So you said you make custom like hoodies and things like that.
Yeah, custom hoodies, shirts.
Awesome.
Embroidery too.
So what got you into that? What made you want to do that?
I'm not sure. I started. What was it? Grade 10. Grade 10, I think. I am from Mexico, so my parents, I think, way back tried to start like a little side business on that, but it didn't really work. So the machines were just there in the basement, just collecting dust, and I wasn't doing very much myself. So I was like, yeah, I just grabbed these things, and my dad told me how to use the software and everything.
I was gonna say, did you teach yourself how to use it, or?
Well, later I did more things, but
Right.
yeah, my dad helped me with
Very cool.
with starting, and I really started liking it. Just like designing stuff in the computer. Like there's some really cool stuff you can do, like posters and stuff like that. But for shirts, like you could get really creative, and it's for people like clubs and sports. And they really appreciate like the design and the like how nice it looks. So I like that part about it.
Awesome. So it's completely custom. Like if I sent you a picture of my cat,
Yeah.
put it on a sweater for
Yeah,
me.
for sure.
Okay,
Nice.
done.
Nice. Perfect.
Yeah,
Yeah, yeah.
nailed it.
So you just make a bunch of cat shirts then, right?
Yeah, for sure.
Top seller.
Yeah, absolutely. I bet.
Yeah,
Cats and
always.
dogs.
Yeah.
Very cool. Very cool.
Oh, that's
So
really awesome.
can we see like some of these?
Yeah,
that you
for
got
sure.
here?
This one is the most recent one. I did this one for my
Oh,
friends.
wow.
The
Oh, wow.
Latino gang.
Latino gang. Let's
Latino
show
gang.
the camera here.
I went to a Latino party on the weekend,
Oh,
and I really stood out, but it's okay.
Yeah.
I still danced.
Was it the one
Dance.
nice.
on Saturday?
Yeah, it was on Saturday
Yeah, I
at
think-
Santa. Were you there?
I think so. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, they have those all the time.
Yeah.
Yeah. Very cool. Very cool.
In the back room. I'll hold
Oh
it
yeah,
up.
hold that up.
If you're watching, you can see it. That's awesome. So you made this for them?
Yeah. Just yeah, for my 3 friends. Yeah.
Awesome.
Very nice. And so what about the sweater here?
This one is from I think 2-3 years ago for a physics class.
Okay.
It's like a funny pun.
I'm not lazy. I'm just working on my potential energy. That's awesome.
Nice.
Me. The last 2 days.
Yeah. Yeah. Potential energy.
Monday,
I love
Tuesday,
that.
I'm like, I'm just working
Yeah.
towards that energy.
Very cool. Very cool.
This one is just some embroidery. I did.
Oh, cool. So is this done with the machine too?
Yeah, with a machine.
Wow.
And then so do you design it and then it just
Yeah, I designed it first, and then I
Right.
just plug it into the machine. And
oh
it
my
does all the
god.
work.
Wow, that's beautiful.
Yeah, it'll
That's really nice.
be a pain to do that by hand.
Yeah. Well, you're definitely a professional.
Yeah.
Either way.
Thank you.
Yeah, that's amazing.
Wow.
So if somebody wanted to make a request, how would they find you?
Either on Instagram. I have 2 Instagrams. One is for photography, and one is for like my design business. As Hector Perez TKD, and I think Facebook. I have a page. I used to be called PR Custom Designs.
Okay.
Because like I don't know, I wasn't really creative at the time, so I just picked the 2 letters of my last names and PR Designs, and that was it. But now I think I'm like I do photography, so I'm starting to like put a name as a Paradox Corp.
Oh,
It's,
cool. I like that.
Yeah.
Very
So
cool.
That's what I go by like these days.
Nice.
But yeah, Facebook and Instagram.
Cool.
Very
Is
cool.
your photography business, is that a business as well?
Yeah. Also, it started kind of with this thing.
Mm-hmm.
Like I was just taking pictures of just like really close-ups to put it on Instagram. And then I don't know. Like also my dad did photography.
Okay.
So he got me into it again.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, I just started going on shoots with my friends, just taking pictures with some, like for example, the smoke bombs.
Oh yeah,
and
those are always cool.
Yeah, and we photographed that. And
Yeah. Well, when I went on your Instagram, I noticed like what a wonderful photography you were, and I thought it was actually a photography business when first I looked at it. But this is very cool, Hector. I think you got something very cool going on.
Thank you. Thank you.
Yeah. Awesome. Well,
Awesome.
thank you so much for coming on. I really appreciate it. And we'll make sure to plug your Instagram, Facebook page, everything like that so people can find you.
Yeah, thank you guys.
Yeah, thank you so much.
Thanks, Hector.
Yeah, thank you for having me.
Yeah.
Really fun time.
Awesome.
Awesome. Well, that was really great.
That was great. I learned a lot
Yeah.
about their businesses and sort of it's inspired me to kind of maybe create my own. Probably won't, but
Yeah, I was actually thinking the same thing. I mean, I'll definitely give them my money.
oh yeah,
Yeah,
definitely.
but maybe I'll make some one day.
Oh yeah.
we'll see.
Well, we'll see. So let us know what you think about this podcast, and if there's anything you want to see moving forward, our handle on Instagram is @SAVoicePodcast. You can keep up with the podcast by tuning in on YouTube, Spotify, Apple Podcast, Google Podcast, and SoundCloud. Don't forget to call and leave us a message at extension 1677. Make sure to check out what is going on around the college at all events posted on the bulletin boards and on SA_SLC Instagram and website saslc.ca. Thank you so much for watching.
Thank you.
See you next week.
Cool.